Hello there, everyone. Welcome back to the channel. My name is Botox Media, and today we are doing just a rambling video and a thank you video from the bottom of my heart because we just hit 10,000 subscribers, and it's really something I never thought would happen. I have been making YouTube videos since I was 14 years old. Since I just turned 14, mind you. I was basically a 13-year-old baby. And so since 2014. And I really never thought that I would be saying this because I remember back when I started that YouTube channel, I was like, okay, I'm gonna do YouTube and I'm gonna make money off of it and it's gonna be awesome. I'll never have to work a real job. I had that aspiration when I was 14. I think a lot of kids these days do. Obviously reality set in. I remember writing down in like a notebook that my goal, I think I started my channel in like September or October of 2014. My goal was to hit like 1,000 subscribers by the end of that year. I didn't hit 1,000 subscribers on that channel until 2018, I think, or 2017. I think it was 2018. Yeah, because you know what? I was streaming Mario Odyssey Balloon World, I think, when I hit 1,000 subscribers back in 2018. So, reality set in, and it quickly became obvious that, I was not going to be making money off this. But, it's been my hobby. This has been my main hobby. I mean, gaming is a hobby, and, reading manga is a hobby, but this has been like my main like creative hobby my entire life now at this point, or almost half my life. I'm 22 now, and I just really never thought that it would happen, For those that don't know, I had another channel initially back when I created it back in 2014. I called myself Nintendo because I thought I was being clever with that, but then I learned quickly after that everyone in the world calls themselves that. They do like Nintendo something, or whatever Nintendo. Nintendo, right? Something like that. So eventually I changed it because I was like, I don't really want to be stuck to Nintendo. And I go through phases. I'm very much a creature of like hyper fixation on things, and you've seen that a little bit on this channel where like I'll hyper focus on one thing and make that type of video, and then I'll change it a few months later. So eventually I was like, I want to cover PlayStation stuff. I did some indie reviews, so I changed my name around, I think it was when Sun and Moon was revealed and the NX hype was happening. That's when I changed my name to Botox Games, and I think that honestly, I really like that name. I do like that name more than Botox Media, but eventually that channel just wasn't growing, and I don't really know why, because I was making the exact same type of videos. I've definitely been way more consistent throughout this year on Botox Media, but on Botox Games, I was making pretty much the same type of content, and it just was not growing. I tried literally everything, and it just wasn't growing. So eventually, last year, I decided, and throughout that, there was other revisions. At one point, me and my friend Tony, we made a website called Nintendo Boards, and that was a ton of fun. So I rebranded the channel as that. That was... Y'all were sleeping on Nintendo Boards. Then at one point, me and Caleb made our own channel called Game Trope. That's still up. You can go check out all those videos. That was a lot of fun, but that didn't really take off. And it was just a lot of work, kind of coordinating between two people full-time for videos. So after doing a bunch of different things, last year I decided, you know what? I've never really tried doing this. I want to make videos on anime and manga. And that's been a huge focus and of my interests in the past like 2 or 3 years. So I was like, you know what? I think this would be fun. And I made a channel, and it was this channel, and I called it Botox Anime and Manga. And, I was like, obviously kind of being, it's funny how long the name was, right? A, because it sounds stupid, and B, because anime do that a lot with like the isekais. So I was like, okay, that'd be a funny name. So I did some anime stuff. I was, doing maybe like I think I was doing like a weekly reaction to a Platinum End and some other stuff. But then I decided I was just going to kind of restart. Botox Games was pretty much dead. So I was like, you know what? I'm just going to use this as my main channel and just see how I do restarting completely at the start of the year. So I changed it to Botox Media, and I figured that way I'd leave myself open to talking about anime and manga in this channel and video games if I wanted to. And for the first few months, really only the first month and a half, 2 months, from January to like mid to late February, it was pretty slow. Same old, same old. I'd get like 30 to 50 views on a video, and that's that's still fun. When I get comments and engagement, that's always fun. And I just enjoy making these videos. But then in February, Nintendo announced that the 3DS eShop would be closing, as well as the Wii U eShop, and you will not be able to buy games there anymore starting in March of 2023. And I made a video, and that video kind of changed everything for me, because that was the catalyst for my channel growing, and I cannot thank Nintendo enough for shutting down the eShop, because I have been trying so hard to grow a YouTube channel, not because I want money out of it, but because it's just always more fun to have an audience kind of communicating and talking and discussing. My favorite thing to do is talk about Nintendo Directs and Nintendo news and just discuss the industry. I listen to gaming podcasts all the time. That's what I do. I care about what's going on in this industry. So to have an audience, you kind of need that for those kind of videos. Just to kind of bounce back with the audience. I think that's a very important part of the type of videos I like to make. So I started doing these 3DS videos, and people, goes without saying, love them. They all did really well. I was uploading like at minimum a daily video, sometimes 2 videos a day, sometimes 2 videos in a short, sometimes 2 videos in a live stream. I was pumping out videos, and it really paid off. The channel went from, I think, 200 subscribers to 6,000 subscribers in like 2 months of me just consistently making videos about the 3DS video game, doing reviews of like my favorite 3DS games, 3DS games to buy before the eShop closes. I was streaming Mario Kart 7 once a week. The 3DS content was a ton of fun to make, and I think at a certain point the growth really did slow down. I think people realize why. I think I know why. It's because I stopped making 3DS videos, but I don't want to be the type of person, and like I mentioned earlier, I hyperfixate on things. I don't want to make videos. I don't want to force myself to make videos on something I'm not actively interested in. I was zoned in on the 3DS and Wii U hype for like 3 or 4 months, right? And then I couldn't do it anymore. You know, I still want to make some 3DS videos. I still want to do more stuff with that. But I just, you know, doing those daily videos, I cannot believe. Thinking back, I don't know how I did it, to be completely honest. I don't know how I was doing a daily video on the 3DS in 2022. That's insane. So I know a lot of the subscribers here are for the 3DS content, and, you know, expect more of that eventually and every once in a while, but not to the extent that it was. So the growth since then has completely slowed down, but what I've seen, and this is what I've always dreamed of as someone who is a Nintendo fan, with the last 2 major Nintendo game releases, I've actually been able to compete with the big boys in terms of views, in terms of engagement. My Xenoblade Chronicles 3 videos did incredibly well, like beyond expectations. Granted, that's because I got the game early. That really helped, but still, that was just so much fun being able to cover that game and be there. Same thing with Splatoon. I was not expecting my Splatoon 3 videos to do anywhere near as well as they did, and they just did really well. Once again, because, well, I don't know. I was going to say because I got the game a day early because I downloaded it on the Australian eShop, but the Splatfest videos were doing well, and anybody could play that, so I really was... I was humbled by the support on those types of videos. That is the stuff I've dreamed of doing my entire life. You know, is just making videos about the current Nintendo game and current Nintendo news. That is what I've always wanted to be able to do and have people enjoy it. Am I doing this for a living? Absolutely not. I'm not even anywhere close to being able to do this for a living. If I could ever do that for a living, that'd be cool. But just doing it for fun and talking about these games with you guys is my favorite thing in the world. So the fact that I'm at a point where I can do that is incredible. It's like literally my wildest dream come true. So thank you so much for that. I'm glad that the transition from making daily 3DS content to covering more just Nintendo news and stuff was, I would say, pretty smooth. I did do, and this kind of goes to like the hyperfixation thing. I was doing Nintendo Rap for about 2.5 months, which was like a really like edited kind of Nintendo news show. I did drop that because it was a ton of work and it wasn't really getting that many views. I would like to do something like that in the future. I would like to do like maybe a proper podcast, but then it's just like, I don't like, here's the thing. I like setting myself up for failure, it seems like, where I'll start like a new series or something, a new series of videos, and then something happens and I miss 1 week and then it just falls apart. So I really need to get better about not doing that, you know, because promising something is always a slippery slope if you can't deliver on it, you know, which is why, you know, I've seen people say like, oh, you should make a Patreon. Like, no, I'm not doing that. Yeah, just kind of rambling at this point. I don't, you know, for future of the channel, just whatever I'm feeling, I guess, because like I said, I hyperfixate. There will certainly be videos on every new Nintendo release. I definitely have a lot of stuff planned. I still want to do more stuff on 3DS and Wii U, of course, and not, you know, a big thing I didn't even mention was the collecting videos and the pickups videos. Those videos do incredibly well. I'm very fortunate that I live near the most cracked Goodwill of all time, where I find really cool stuff. And so yeah, I mean, I don't know. I'm just rambling at this point. I just wanted to make this and just say from the bottom of my heart, thank you, because I truly did not think I was ever going to get to this point. 10,000 subscribers that's a lot of people. That's a lot of people that have independently decided to hit subscribe on my channel about Nintendo game and retro game. That's crazy to me, because I'm not gonna sugarcoat it. I don't put the most effort into editing my videos or you know, making them look pretty. I just kind of talk, and that's, I guess, what I'm good at doing. Which, going back once again to get a little bit personal, you know, and like 2014, you know, I was homeschooled, and I was 13 at the time. I had a lot of speech issues. I really had trouble like speaking confidently into a camera or really just to anybody, and doing YouTube back then helped me grow to become someone that can speak, you know. And I might stutter from here or there, you know, but for the most part, I think YouTube has certainly helped me grow in that regard as well. So rambling at this point, going to end it here. Once again, thank you so much for supporting my videos. It means the world to me. It really does. Yeah, I think I'm gonna end it there. Thank you so much. Bye bye.